But for sure, shutter me. What's up, y'all? Some changes we gotta make with this one. And then this gesture needs to go over just a little bit, the leg, but it's like subtle at this point. So you always take advantage of a fresh eye when you first start, instead of going in and just modeling right away. So when I get to the modeling with this, because I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you know, I could go for an extremely accurate drawing. I'm trying to aim for that, but I also don't want this to be one of those like 20-day streams. We'll get to the modeling quicker. Everybody likes the modeling part. Change the tape up. So this is something I do too, is that, you know, when it starts coming off the paper like that, because this absorbs moisture, but also the tape slides. So you kind of have to retape it, which is why I don't put tape going all along the whole thing, because really the paper does absorb some moisture, and when it does, it expands a little bit. And when it expands, you're gonna have ripple effects. So even if the tape didn't move, the paper is, you know, the paper's changing. Yes, science. Totally understand it. So I just keep the tape simple, flammable. That way we can kind of stretch the paper. This is something I would do, you know, there's nothing wrong with doing it. You know, a couple times you try not, you don't want to do it too much because obviously it tears the corners. This is kind of fast. Normally I would be doing this after a week, but I came in here yesterday and the tape had fallen down. For some reason, I don't know why. Probably didn't use enough tape, honestly. So I'm actually I normally would press the paper up so it's like stretching a canvas, and then you kind of pull it there. Use the back of my finger to kind of press it in just a little bit. Which the camera's off, isn't it? Why is the camera off? Give me a second, guys. The camera is off because I plugged the wrong cord in. You see? Come on. We'll get it. All right, guys, this should do it. Sorry about that. Boom! Okay. We got it? We're on? All right. So what I was saying was the paper was kind of like bubbling up, and so I essentially restretched it. I made some changes up in the face, just a couple minor ones. This leg right here just needs to like subtly shift, but not much. It's just like small things. And then this right here isn't working. This point and this point go up just a hair width, which is going to give this a little bit more of an illusion of coming out more. And then this needs to thicken up right here. So it's like, to get the big shape, now we have to go into the subtlety of the anatomy. So that's what's happening. You all right, boy? Good. You're the boy with me today. I can always move this back if it's incorrect, which sometimes it is. Sometimes you overdo it. That stuff has to change. It's overdone. QFX, what's up, man? Yes. I love Diablo. Starting to look like the thing that the thing is. You are correct. You are correct. Starting to. Actually, start bringing this bottom part out, but the bottom does not come out like the top did. This remains about what it was before. And then this piece is like this. There's more of a curve on this than what I originally had. I think. Me thinks. Me knows. It's gonna be fuller there. And then it comes in just a slight bit, and then comes back out like that. Stetio, what's up, man? Do I darken the... right now, I'm trying to keep everything light so that I can move it. Later on is when I'll go and do whatever darkening needs to be done. Where the form goes in, sometimes I'll put like little marks indicating that the form's overlapping like another piece of form, right? Like, For example, the quads are a great example. Like right here, there's going to be like a little soft line, muscles overlapping the tendons and stuff. So, does that answer your question? Bitch? This might not be good. Long-time viewer. Who did women better, Francetta or Sapieri? I'd have to look them up. I'd really have to look them up. Or Serpieri? Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to screenshot that, and then I'll take a look at the work. I heard from someone else that the edges on the light should be crisp. On the shades, more vague. Would you agree on that? Yeah, so if you're, what they're saying is you want to have like more sharp lines on the light side, and that's overall correct. But it depends on the background. And it also depends on anatomy. It depends on if there's hair. But overall, the shadow is atmosphere. Light is form. Form is light. Shadow is atmosphere. Like, so in the shadows, it's going to be more atmospheric and like soft, but like in the light, it's going to be crisper. But there is form in the shadows, and you can push it to that. But one thing too, sometimes in drawing, you can get a glow effect, and so you can actually soften those lines. So it does. It depends on the background behind it. All the same, broad, but I can see why. Yeah, I'd have to look it up. I don't have them in my head, but I'd be able to give you an answer on that. I took out this piece right here because I'm not so sure about that. That's one of the problems, is this is an AI generated image. The reason why I'm doing AI is because I don't want to have a model back out later on. Say, oh, well, I was okay with you doing the video then, but not now. And I don't blame them for it. It's just one of the things you have to deal with. I know there is kind of a piece that comes in like this. Maybe that's what it was trying to get. Just they did it a little bit high. There's this piece, that's what I'm talking about. I can mess with this later, but because you have the knee here. It is kind of on the back side of it. It's not well drawn. Okay. Nibbler, what's up? Gotcha. Frazzetta. Totally different style too, hashing. Yeah. Rahul, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Oko, what's up, man? What are you doing? Anything fun happen after I left? I didn't mean to leave so early. I was off on my own trying to find like a regular fight. I kept on running into groups of people. Like, I couldn't find anything. I got killed, and then, so as I was like rezzing, I went to the bathroom really quick, came back, and then one of my friends started typing me, and then I was kicked from the game. So, and like quicker than I thought, because I didn't mean to AFK out, which I guess I apparently did. So anyway, that's what happened. I didn't mean to leave this early, but then I was like, screw it, I'm out. I'm not keen on their use of black. I feel like the shadows are too overpowering, especially Frazzetta, Manera, San Julian. Yeah. Manera. Y'all are good because y'all are getting me back into looking at the Masters. It's, you know, you tend to, when you have a lot, like, when you get busy in your studio and behind, like I oftentimes do, y'all know I do, you oftentimes start lagging behind in your studies and such, and you forget a lot of the things that you studied, right? Like, I used to be all into all the artists, this and that, like, and then you lose it so fast. It's awful. Oh, the graveyard does, is that like speeded up or something? Because, like, I can't remember the last time I AFK'd out like that. It's kind of just like a bad coincidence. It's a bad coincidence, Oka. Yeah, I kept on getting just destroyed, which I'm fine with. I'm just like, I couldn't find a solid fight. One time I got into a fight. There was a hunter. He jumped me, and I could have beaten him. I think maybe, but I had switched my lower action bar to my professions bar because I was messing around with somebody. Like I built a fire and stuff, so I was trying to hit some of my spells, and they weren't going off, and I died. And then I realized that the bar wasn't up, so it was stupid. It's kind of funny though. Uh, 30 seconds insta kick, that's it? Oh my gosh. Any fans of Alex Ross or Geoff Darrow in chat? If you go to either museum and see the actual original paintings, the black is mixed with other shades of blues, purples, etc. Reproduction often mutes the subtlety. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I struggle with it with the cameras here too. I mean, it's very hard to get an accurate representation of the work. Seeing it in person, like your eyes see things different than the cameras do. Played for almost 6 hours last night. Just like your eyes are bloodshot. You're just exhausted, you're hoarse. We get the similar impact like nitrum charcoal with charcoal pencils. Charcoal pencils, it might depend on the brand, but you can get, with this paper, you can get extremely dark with it. So I don't know, I'll let y'all be the judge, but again, y'all will have to go through the camera. I'm gonna push, this is gonna be a value study, right? Stezio Descartes, I've seen it in real life, really. Lots of dodging going on again. Yeah, I know. It just pisses me off, Oka, beyond anything else. These people are such, like, what the hell? Why? Why would you dodge? Why would you freaking dodge? Like, I just, it's so frustrating to me. There's too much ego wrapped up in this stuff. There is way too much ego. It's embarrassing. Like, if I'm in their group, what the hell? Like, I'm thinking to myself, you guys call yourself a leader and you're like taking us out of queue because you don't want to play these people, but you talk shit. But people follow them. They just want to play. I don't know. Weird. Guys, I'm going to start modeling this some. I don't know if I'm going to push like the values totally. I've been trying to correct proportional things that I see as I go along, as I have a fresh eye. Right? Oh, QFX. This is a good one up here. Do you look up in this area right here? You see that? How there's like, in fact, I really honestly should put that hair in. I might have made a mistake in making this as dark as I have, but it will still work here. But do you see how like here, it's like, that area normally is very sharp, but it's going to be much softer. It could be defined. It's not going to be as like sharply drawn necessarily, because you can make an atmospheric effect with it because of the hair. It's quite nice actually. So, but this shoulder actually goes in some, which helps our cause here. It goes in about, that actually might be too much, but let's see how that works. Here, and then I'm going to soften this, bring this value in some just a little bit, and then this one down here, this comes in some just a little bit too. That's going to give a little bit more angle to that arm and push this piece out, which needed to come out just ever so slightly. So it's like these little things. The big shapes will make sense with the anatomy when you get it right, which in turn should make sense with the subtleties too. Yeah, we have Juliet and Matt tonight. That's it. And Brian. I love Juliet too. We had 11 groups of 4 till 10. That's insane. I noticed this was an AI photo. I personally don't like AI. I'm kind of the same way. So I'm curious about you using it as reference. You're an amazing artist. Hey, thank you so much. That is an excellent question. And I've said this before, but I want to say it again. So one of the reasons why I'm doing this, because I have real life reference photos of some of my models, but even if they give me permission at this point to use those photos, I don't want to use them on stream. I don't want to make videos of them because they might say later on, like say 5-10 years from now, they say, well, I feel bad. I don't want my nude self out there, which is totally understandable. AI has come far enough where I can do this, but if you look, there's indiscrepancies with the anatomy still, but I'll have to correct it. I have enough anatomical experience where I should be able to make that work. I think in a year or two, AI should be good enough, probably less because it's starting to speed up really quick. It should be good enough where the anatomy is correct. As an artist, somebody who's using AI as reference, I think the artist should always say, look, this is AI, this is not necessarily my concept, right? With this, I could say I wanted a standing pose, I went through a lot of them, I chose them fine, but this is AI. You need to be upfront about it. But so I'm using this as a tool right now. The downside is the anatomy's a little bit off. The lighting's not really what I want. That probably has to do with several factors. The lighting might have to do with me not knowing how to do the prompts correctly. But if you're a beginner, I recommend that you study not off AI, but off of real life reference photos, or what's ideal is a real life class. That is hard to find. So that's what I recommend for beginners, because you don't want to get into the habit of drawing bad anatomy. And frankly, I don't either. But again, for streams and for videos, AI is something where it's safe for me to put out where I don't need to worry about it making somebody feel uncomfortable later on down the road. So that's why I do it. But that's an excellent question. But AI is definitely inferior, in my opinion, to real life. Real life is what you should be going after. You should. But the method of construction is exactly the same with this. And that's what I'm trying to get across. We'll see some, we work with what we have, right? We work with what, but I believe the artist should be honest saying, this is AI right here. There's a lot of them take credit for stuff that's not theirs. And personally, I think AI should always have, they should cite, especially like the conceptual AI, I've always believed it should cite where it siphons the information from, right? Because I don't think it's right that it pulls all this information off the internet and does not give them credit. We had to do this in book reports. We had to learn how to cite our sources. So that's what I think. And it's always progressing, but it's a tool, it's different, it's changing things. It's a great question. Does that answer your question? Kojima is up there too. You know who I like digitally, but he can also paint, is Ruan Jia. I think he's Chinese, I think. That guy's amazing. And I haven't heard of Ayami Kojima. Let me see. I'm going to screenshot that so I can look it up. What's up, Grasshopper? We are currently playing with strongest team I have ever played with. Thanks to all the other leads helped make me with kicking people for playing with you. Yeah, it's great to kick people. If you can tell the AI is AI, then you need to work on the prompt engineering also. Well, there you go. See, and that's not something that I know. I kind of do now. She said it, but I mean, still, that's AI is. I would not recommend it for beginners unless there is nothing else. But you can find real life reference photos. In fact, we have a section for it if you're over 18. That is incorrect what I just did. But we shall work on it because this is way too big. There. This cuts in. You okay? Move that up some. And all of this too, everything that I'm doing, and here's the other thing. Okay, so, like I said, Cecil, it's when I'm working on this, I am studying form. I'm not just trying to copy. I am actually literally trying to study. I'm trying to understand what I'm looking at here, like this piece right here. I'm trying to understand three-dimensionally what's going on. This. What if the anatomy for AI is wrong? Well, I'm getting some bad habits here. So that's why I don't recommend really using it, especially as a beginner. Especially as a beginner, you don't want to do that, in my opinion. QFX. The angle of her eyebrow is not the same, slightly mischievous angle with the original has. Let's see. Yeah, you are correct. You are correct. Here, let me see if I can fix that for you. 1. And then that one's 2 because we had a couple different ones. I kind of was lazy in my construction. Is that a little bit better for you? Slightly. Nope. There. Do that there, and then this kind of does that up, so just a little bit. There we go. And we'll get it. Okay. Not working. Good. I'm glad Grasshopper. Thank you for that, by the way. I miss these things. As you mentioned, as an engineer, we can find good reference. I find it difficult to find any suggestions would help. In terms of like good reference photos, like real reference photos. Yeah. So in my Discord, okay. So Croquis Cafe. How's that spelled, guys? I think it's CROQUIS or something. Croquis, like crocus, Croquis Cafe. I think it's worth signing up for a subscription for like a month or 2 if you can do it. And just download as many pictures as you can. You'll have enough to last for a year or 2. And they have some very good reference photos. I think they can probably get some portraits and everything too. They have good lighting. It's professionally done. Normally what you want to look for in a reference photo is not just how high quality it is, that helps, but it's the lighting. A lot of it's the lighting and along with the position, right? This is almost flat light going across the figure. Ideally, you want something like in this photograph, you want something where it's like light. It kind of gets a little bit darker as it goes down, but there's still areas that are like almost as bright going. You know, it's a little bit more interesting than this, which is just like one flat going across. Croquis Cafe, there it is. That's. I'd recommend that. Even though they pissed me off, I won't tell that story because I've told it before. But they're good, and I would definitely take advantage of them. By the way, I shared your video from yesterday of you explaining what it's like to play with me. I thought it was so funny. So did you? Good. I'm glad, because it is. You're just like chilling. Go, go, go. You're like, okay. Where are you going? We're taking a graveyard. How many people are there? Oh, we're only fighting 2. We have 10 people with us. You're like, 11 o'clock at night, still going strong, sweating. This is what real war is like. So many people have no idea what makes good lighting for reference. I see it all the time on Draw Me. You guys heard about Ruslan, I take it? What'd he do? Yeah, and you're right, Nibbler, about the reference photos. Normally people think that it's just like high quality photos, and that's not the case. You can always make something good out of any photograph that you have. Here, I'll try to draw and do this at the same time. Let's start darkening it up some. Look, I could keep on doing this stuff. And I'll keep on fixing the proportions. That's the thing. I don't want to like lock it in too much yet. But I don't want y'all to be bored with this. Let me work this back up some. But yeah, I mean, you need to have, like, that's one of the things I taught us, solid lighting. Look, a lot of the paintings, a painting can be painted great, but it's just not interesting to look at. And a lot of that is not just the composition it is, but it's also has to do with the light. Has to do with the light. But you need to have solid lighting. A very interesting setup has good lighting, right? Has to have good lighting. They've been going Katie mode. Oh yeah, they've been telling people who they can and cannot play with. I'm telling you, man, these people are not mentally there, in my opinion. They're just not. But hey, look, they can do it. Let them do it. See what happens. It's their group. They can do whatever they want to do. They really can. But that doesn't mean people need to like it. You know? It really doesn't. Like, if they want to pull that stuff, fine. Let them do it and see what happens. Let them learn. Like, that's my thing. You don't tell people who they can and cannot play with. You don't own them. And then this also comes in some, so there we go. You might be saying, like, this is picky. If you think of all the changes, these small changes that I've made, that's what makes the person, the subtlety, and the gesture, all those things. Otherwise, it's going to look stiff at the expense of, the overall being of the drawing. Even though you want to put the, like, do the shading and all that stuff in fast, right? And I want to do that too. I want to. But I mean, you have to, let's black the hair in, because I actually like how the hair is looking here. Something similar to it. It doesn't need to be like absolutely exact, but. They pull that shit. I mean, they can do it. They can do whatever they want. People aren't entitled to play with certain people. That's the other thing. I mean, they don't need, like, you're not, if somebody runs a pre-made, they can do whatever they want. Well, maybe if their group knew their group could decide if that's the group they wanted to be associated with. I mean, people are going to make their decisions, right? If people want to run with them, they can run with them. Like I always say, because like Oka takes a lot of shit. People always say, oh, he yells, he does this, he does it. Well, then don't play with him. If you don't like him, don't play with him. You don't need, fine, don't play with him. If you want to get on the forums and trash talk him, fine. Do it, but it's not going to be like, like what's the point? So that with anybody. I don't care who it is. I was younger. My shading improved immensely after I did a few pieces of black paper with white pencil. Helped me understand how light source works. Keying your values up. Yes. Good. That's good to hear. Very good to hear. It's very good to hear. Put that in. It's like a lot of this anatomy is questionable. You know, you want to see. Here's the thing. Sometimes, like this piece right here, it might actually be like that, and I don't know, and I don't trust it because it's AI. You see where there's that little bump right here? I think part of me thinks that there might actually be something there because I've looked at legs, like especially on the back like that, and depending on people's anatomy, I'm like, wow, I would not think it's like that, but there it is right there, right? But you know it's genuine because it's real. You're looking at it right there. That doesn't make sense. What is that? Let's study it. With the AI, you're like, well, this is probably wrong, but it could be right. That's why you don't know that uncertainty. I may start live streaming to show people outside what it's really like to be a part of a Epic BG community. You could do that. I think I don't think it's going to be well received by a lot of people because people are so tired of the Epic scene. I think what y'all are trying to do with war games is good, but and it might, some people, there are definitely people who would like it. Sure, you can. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying I think that a lot of people are going to resent that. But I mean, you do what you're going to do. Just because, like, I mean, it's like the problem is there's so many pre-mades now, and if you're a pug player, it's so hard to like find just a regular game. It is hard to find a regular game, and the only solution is to join a pre-made, and a lot of people don't want to do that. They're talking about World of Warcraft. It's totally not a nerdy game. I have nothing to do with it. It's fun. It's fun. What they're talking about is it's player versus player. So it's a real challenge actually. A lot of it is. Yeah. It is a challenge. So developing the form, ooh, that was not good. Developing the form, developing the drawing should help us to see what is wrong, and we should be able to fix it. That's why I'm like, I am slowly building it up, darkening it up just a little bit, and it's gonna help me to see what needs to change, and then we go from there, right? Guild Wars? I like Guild Wars. Did you play 1 or 2? Were you playing 2 right now? Do people still play 1? You play 2? I actually like 2. I've played that some. But I haven't played in a while. 2 is a lot of fun. There are a lot of things that I wish they would do in Warcraft that they do in Guild Wars. They're very good at like events and stuff, and then the Master in Fine Arts want to say in Indian Art College they're more focused on what to make and make unique artwork instead of techniques and skills. I find it very difficult to learn. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, art schools for the most part aren't that great, except for the ateliers are pretty good right now. They're starting to get good. But like regular college, I think it's a waste of time, most of this stuff. I think you even have to buy an expansion now for Guild Wars 2 to be able to ride a mount. Kind of a turn off even when it's free to play. Yeah, so I don't mind supporting stuff like that. If they're putting out good content that I'm gonna get some value out of, I don't mind paying something for it. So, but I understand where you're coming from. No, gonna walk on foot. Yeah, it's not really free to play. That's kind of an extended demo. Upside is no subscription, just a one-time purchase, which I wish, like, that's much better. Don't they have like 10 packs you need to buy now? I think yeah, I'm curious about that too. I'm under the impression that it's just like you get the latest one, right? Or do you have to like keep on buying them? So I brought this up, but I didn't bring this up, which is not good because I started filling this piece in. Which actually, bringing that up should help this. This actually comes up some. I can still bring this up just a little bit. Not that many, but you don't need to buy them all at once. You just buy them as you complete them. They each have a ton of content. That's better than buying subscriptions over a long period of time. I bought the original version when it was released. I thought the World Quest you'd complete. Yeah, the World Quests and like the events, the random events that take place are really cool. I love that stuff, man. You doing okay, boy? Here. Let me give him some food. My baby. Are you hungry? Yeah. Okay, let's get you some food, okay? Here, baby. Here we go, baby. There you go. Good, eat. Boy. Yeah, world bosses. Like, I like the world events. I like how the cities feel alive. The ambience is very good. Just like small things that they do to give it that extra push. It's a beautiful world too, I have to say. Like, for me, the gameplay is a little bit clunky from what I'm used to. That's one of the drawbacks for me. For me, one of the huge things is gameplay, right? That's my thing with it. That's probably why I don't play it. But it's a very good game. Very good one. The world versus world is fun. Yeah, I've been getting Dad a lot of sunshine. I've been walking him a lot. I think it's less clunky since they added third-person cam, but I get it, really. Also, if you aren't into raids, WoW is definitely better. See, I'm not into raids. I'm more into PvP. But one of the things that I don't like in games where they're like, oh, we have to make it look real when you turn. So like, they have momentum, right? So like when you sidestep and you want to go that way, they kind of do one of these things. You know, like it's a little bit of a delay. And they're saying, oh, it's not realistic to otherwise do it. But I don't care about that. I want to, like, if I go this way, I want to be able to go that way without the momentum thing. And that's like the crispness of gameplay is big for me because that's what I'm used to doing. That's my thing. Let's fix this. What I might do, this part right here, I might do off stream, but I need, like, just because it's boring, but I need to darken this up enough right now while I'm still working on it to go forward. I'm gonna do this part right now. Not the whole thing. I'm gonna get like all around dark at some point, but for now I'm just gonna. So when you do this, you lose the drawing a little bit in some areas. You can get it back. It's not that bad. Really feel it. You feel it in the deltoids. I was talking to Shori Mia this morning about people who work out who scream in the gym. I don't know if any of you guys work out, and I don't go to a gym anymore, but I remember, like, if you go to Gold's Gym or if you go to LA Fitness or these places here, or any big one, honestly, probably every gym in Europe, you have like people who are like, there's always that one guy in there who's just lifting, and it doesn't even need to be that much weight. He's just like, ah, and he's screaming, and everybody else is just staring at him. Pretty funny. It's always staring in the mirror. Really overdone. I want to point out too, I'm trying to work this whole everything up at the same time. Like I'm trying not to have any one part fall behind. It's looking better. Ooh. See, okay, my point of streaming would be to showcase 3 things: what it's like to play with me, which I believe would destroy the narrative that other leads have projected. Next, all the dodging. 3, don't pick on pugs. Yeah, those are good things, and I agree with you there. You know my thing. My thing is, the problem is, it's not as much. It's that Blizzard just has not updated their systems to fit the needs of the people, and so it's more of the fact that there are pre-mades going in, even if it's accidental, even if it's not meant to be. Y'all are trying to find somebody, but you're still hitting pugs, which is stupid, because they need to, this is stuff they need to address, because y'all are trying to find competition, right? But there's, I would stream, definitely. I think that's a good reason to, but Oka, I told you, if somebody's stupid enough to listen to those morons, they're not worth your time. But if people want to watch you and they see this, they see that, or whatever, it could go in your favor if that's what you care about. But I guess I'm trying to support you and say, and it's easy for me to say because the hatred's not directed at me, but if people are that dumb and they just follow that blindly, then I just wouldn't waste my time with them. I think one of the best things you can do is just not post, which you don't. Like, you don't respond most of the time with stuff, and that reflects positively for you. That's my opinion. Because, yeah, I'll get into that in a second. Let me catch up on this 2 minutes. I like it because it feels more respectful of the time than WoW, even though in reality they're both time sinks. For example, getting to top level gears and I agree, Nibbler, and WoW waste is like they don't respect your time. So it's not even good. You know, hoofs and tentacles, yeah. I want to turn this into a drawing. It has to be another drawing. Her face. I forgot that they have the tentacles. Some Jill Valentine action there. Draw a green herb in the corner. Yeah, it's getting darker. AI degenerated. Wet it. Yeah. I just think that a lot of these people are just assholes and not worth, like, for example, when I've been bored, I've had for a brief second been like, okay, let's see what's happening. Let's see what's happening on the forums of Battlegrounds. And then I don't even go to a topic. I just realized that I'm like, I don't even care. Why? Because it's the same bullshit from people who are just mental. And it's true. It's just like the same stuff. I am bored with it. I'm just tired of it. It's all stupid. And it's just like, I feel like it's such a waste of my time that, you know, which is a testament because I waste my time playing that game in general. So like, I don't feel bad about doing that, but this is like so bad that it's just obvious that it is a waste of time. I don't know. They're just so retarded. It's always the same pointing fingers. Well, you did this, you did that, and blah, 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 and, you know. It's just like, it's mud throwing. That's all it is. You're a waste of time. I'm always shocked that anybody watches these streams, to be honest with you. I really am. And I do appreciate it. It's fun. And I do this to help with this technique to encourage, but also it's fun hanging out with you all. It really is. Because otherwise I'm in here, well, by myself, aside from this guy. I love it when he comes in my studio. Hey, babe. Here. Want to eat this? You okay? Eat. No, not your hand. Eat this. Got it? Good. My baby. It's my boy. Yeah. Hoppergrass. But yeah, like, I mean, getting back to it, this whole thing, like Gears, was the reason why a lot of stuff went down. And he's like one of the coolest people. Like, he didn't do anything. He didn't even know what was going on. These people are just clinically insane, I think. I really think that. And they're like grown adults who are trying to tell people who they can and cannot play with in a video game. Like, this is the stuff that if you hear about, you're like, what the fuck? And you never believe it. So like, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, it was fun messing with them at first. And anything else I want to do in game, but it's just like, I started feeling bad. I was like, maybe I'm messing with people who are like actually retarded. Like, if you don't want to do that, like, I'm not kidding. Like, it's just the weirdest stuff. It's like South Park on crack, on steroids. Except it's real. Miso, I think it's just crazy to me. They couldn't take, he pumped to the 2.6 enhanced. Yesterday I ran into someone on Discord who just is not a fan of drawing bars. Gears did that a while ago. He's talking about Gears. Is not a fan of drawing bars. Yeah, that's okay. Look, I get it. Bars, they're not fun. They suck, man. They do. They suck. It's not fun doing bars. It really isn't. You enjoy doing them, there is probably something wrong with you. Coming from somebody who promotes this stuff. So we're going and trying to get the drawing. Make sure the drawing's okay. That is the goal. Gotta make sure the drawing's okay. So just keep in mind if you're doing stuff like this, when you're working with this type of charcoal, you block it in, you'll lose the drawing just a little bit, which is normal. Stupid Gears, you're so dumb. You could literally be arguing with someone with severe Asperger's or a literal child. Exactly, 100%. And I really do. I am saying this serious. I'm not trying to belittle, but I really do believe that some of them have certain conditions. I really believe this. Because it's just, they're on all the time. I mean, like, in the forums, I would get on there, I remember like a year it's been a while, but I went through a time where I would get on and just mess with people, just have fun with them. And I wasn't trying to hurt anybody. I wasn't being like an asshole. As much as I was trying to be like creative and stuff. So many people took that totally serious and went apeshit over it. But also 99% of stuff on there is just mud throwing. It's just like toxic stuff. It's just toxic. It's not even, they're just trying to get the last word. And they're arguing these arguments. So in an argument, you can have an argument, you argue the points, and then that's it. They do this every day, the same arguments, and you come back, I guarantee you come back a year later and it's the same thing. That's why I think it's clinical. It's the same stuff all the time. All the time. It's the same arguments, it's just in a different fashion, worded differently, and they're always at each other's throats. It's miserable. It's just after a while, you're like, I, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I know I'm going to be like, oh, I only have to do it for a year to start with color. That's going to be fun. Well, some people don't care. Like, I didn't care about starting with color. I just hated barks. Got some new rosemary paintbrushes in the mail. Ooh. My stepmom actually did grow up in a barn. She showed me pics. It's crazy. The barn is still there, just falling apart, like 8 kids. That's insane. I have a problem with consistently shortening and widening my references. Like, when you're drawing, you mean? You have trouble, are you saying you have trouble getting the widths and the height? Let's work on that face a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So did you see how I started this drawing? You mark the bottom, mark the top, and then you're just like sculpting it out, and you keep it there, like refine it. You might change some things here and there, but you keep it essentially right within those lines. I think I raised the head just a little bit, but I might have lowered it some. But it's practice, and it's forcing yourself to do that. So that's like one of the ways out of that. It's simple practice. It's understanding the construction. Get the old goat something to eat. This comes off. Goes in some that way, just a little bit. Actually, it stays about there. Just that's too far. This is gonna look weird. Then living standards have increased. Yeah, I agree. We're very fortunate. As many bad things as there are, we are very fortunate to live in where and when we do. No, but a lot of these, and getting back to it, like a lot of the people, like Oka has a way. I was telling him the other night, it's impressive. I've never seen somebody more hated than him, but it has to do with the flood of people, these people that I'm talking about. That it's just like at some point you just have to let stuff go, and it's kind of like when you start talking poorly about somebody constantly getting in their heads. It's like an obsessive compulsive thing, and then people don't question it, and then it just goes haywire, and that's what's happened. And I mean, it's crazy behavior. It's absolutely crazy. You know, because like, you know, Oka's a butthole, but I mean, he doesn't deserve this. So I was like, Oka, it's impressive how much like people hate you, and it's horrible. Like I do feel for him, because I sit here and I say this stuff, and there are a lot of people who don't like me. Miso's one of them, and I don't blame him for that. But I also don't care. But Oka has it rough, and I don't know. I just say, just let it go if you can, because this stuff, these people they're insane. I really think they're insane. I mean, you're talking about Warcraft. You're not aiming high in life. It's a video game. They're playing right now. Like, people are working. Like Gears. He's on there right now, clicking away, shit talking. Oka, why? Why what? No one deserves it, but also it makes the people saying it look. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think. Like, it's stupid. The whole thing is stupid. Just leave that there for now, because I might have to shift it out when I overdo that eye. Oka, he's a compassionate. He has passion, and people mistake that sometimes. Like, I think if you get something in your head, this guy's an asshole or whatever, and because he's very passionate about things, and he can get upset about stuff, but everybody does. But he's not like abusive about it. And if he is, you don't need to play with him. That's, and this is coming from somebody who's trying to destroy him for like a year in game, and troll him on the forums. I did. But like, I would like to think that I'm a reasonable person. Okay. I wanted competition, and he brought competition, and it was fun. But it's a game. It's not real life. It's not hard to understand. But people, they take it way too serious. They're just wrapped up in it, and crazy shit goes down. Why call you? You're a butthole. Everybody's a butthole. Why'd you call me a butthole? You're a butthole because you're always talking about camping and bullshit. My chat censors things? Bunhole? I'm not gonna say bunhole. Even type butthole. You can't? I'm gonna fix that. I don't have any blocked words in here. Community default. No, I don't have it held for review. Off. Dude, come on. There's chat. There you go. I don't have it set on it. Why is it blocking that? Let me get to the bottom of this. People need to be able to call other people buttholes. Why am I a butthole? Poor Oka. He takes so much shit all the time. Discord with Oka is literally not posting certain things we type. Tell me what you're typing. I don't have. I checked all my everything's turned off. Like this shouldn't be happening. Maybe you need to be a #1 fan to use good. I don't even understand that. Where's this #1 stuff? I don't know what's going on. That was wrong. It doesn't matter. Tuppence juice? What is that? The best part is, go to the forums, talk shit about somebody, anybody, eventually TK or somebody will appear and talk shit about it. Okay. Yeah. He won't even be mentioning the combo, but they go straight to him. That's one of the reasons why I kept on saying, hey, there's BSG behind the table, or behind the door. Like, look under the table. I've never seen anybody and eventually I stopped because I said to myself what I said. This is a waste of time, and these people are insane. I think I'm done. Now, might I make a glorious return at some point? Perhaps, but I just can't get over the feeling that I'm wasting my time in a spectacular fashion every time I even check, even when I take the time to read it's the most brain dead bullshit. It's insane. It's literally insane. I think I've made that point. So drop it. Anyway. All right, guys. Starting to look better. A little bit. What I'd like to do is get on and one thing that might make it worth it if I get on and just like make a post about how bad Oka is and just see what happens. I'm sure he'd appreciate that. But the thing is, in the original post, you can't call people out, I think, and so I'll probably get like banned or something, which has happened before. Start shit, watch Oka get ripped apart. More like professional chocolate star massager, star, insane the brain. In the main brain, would the community still be feuding if the forums didn't exist? Yeah, there'd be some way of doing it, right? This drawing stuff is really getting in the way of us talking shit. I know, it always devolves into, or evolves, whatever you want to call it. Stuff from years ago. If there wasn't the forums, peeps would let it all out and shuffle even more. You're scarred from that. QFX came back after 13 years and quit within a month, or after a month, because he just said it was so toxic he couldn't handle it. Part of me doesn't blame him. I get it. I get it, bruh. Bruh. All right, let's see if that back's really making sense. Going with the light shapes, measuring off the butt, so I'm going to do a little work here. Trying to get the sense of light going, and then I'll. That okay, like that. Baby! Hey! Here, you want banana? Eat, boy. Ready? There you go, baby. My baby. Good man. Say because he wins the most and he's loud. Yeah, and that's the other thing. He's the strongest team. He does win the most. He's the most enthusiastic right now of the leads. So he has the better team. And people don't like losing, and Gears said it right. I really do believe that's a large part of it. And probably trained because you did Rosemary and Company. Which is awesome. So what I'm doing here for any artists that might be left, if they've survived the nerd talk, I might be wondering why I don't just start modeling. When I darken things incrementally, I see more and I can see the light shapes differently. And so now I'm looking at it in forms of large light shapes. So I'm trying to see, for example, this shape in relationship to this shape in relationship to that shape. And I flash my eyes back and forth between the reference and the drawing. And I see what needs to shift. Maybe a light shape comes closer, whatever. In that manner, I correct the proportions. And so each stage that I make it a little bit darker, it helps me to see more information to correct the proportions. It's going to be more accurate at the end until it's just locked in, right? Once you lock in, then you vibe. We're streamers. We have to say this. They can't even tell why they're losing if you don't recognize the names, though. They see, that's why I think they see one or two names, like they know a couple names, and then, look, they would not dodge if they knew they were going to win. And what has proved that is that Miso is the dodge king, and he knew that me and Xerx were queuing into him on our rogues, and he would stay. But he was saying that he dodges because of me, he hates me. Or I sexually harassed him. That's his claim. I sexually harassed him for calling him me so horny. That is his claim. But yet he stays when he knows he can win. He did not dodge. He doesn't dodge if he counts 5, 10 players against his 20 or 30. And that's backfired on him before. He's lost games because of that. It has to do with winning. So they can dish it out to unorganized teams. This is why people don't like premates. But they dodge competition, which was demonstrated in that post that I made with the, I gave them a challenge. I said, just fight us fair. Say GG afterwards. We'll massage each other. We'll have scented candles, all sorts of stuff. Not one community took us up on that. Nobody wanted to fight. It was up for like several months. It's bullshit. This is not right. Is charcoal your preferred medium? I actually love charcoal. I think probably paint is, but in terms of if it's charcoal or pencil, I prefer charcoal. Yeah. Earlier in the week, I posted the nude model drawing on a different Discord, and one last messaged me that she felt insulted by the nudity. Oh, she was insulted by the nudity. You'll get that. Yeah, it happens. And it's frustrating because it's like, yeah, I know how that feels. It doesn't always feel great. But this type of work is really meant to promote dignity of the human figure and how to look at the human body in a dignified manner. It's not meant to degrade it or break it down. It's really not. You can do that with it, but that's not the way I think it should be done. I think, putting them in positions that are, like just very beautiful positions, not something that's like totally scandalous. And then going and trying to get the subtlety and draw like we draw, I think it gives it enough of a veil between reality and, I think it's something to be appreciated, honestly. But a lot of people will over-sexualize it because that's how we're taught to look at things. It is, which is disrespectful, but it is what it is. So those are my views on this type of work. Want to do your best to show the beauty of the human figure without degrading it. Isn't TFS gone? TFS is Heavenly Knights. Everybody just changes their name. They're not TFS anymore. They're Heavenly Knights. So they went from purgatory to heaven now? Is that what happened? They've ascended? Why don't we just call them the Ascended? They got disbanded during a lead's temper tantrum and the other lead is putting them back together. Thanks, Oka. After like my talk on the dignity of the human form, Oka, that ass is looking great. I know what you did. It was good. It was good. It is funny that I was saying this while working on the ass. I just noticed that. I was like, look, we have to treat the body with dignity and respect, and then I'm working on the crack. I didn't even notice that. It's good. Glad you pointed that one out. That ass is looking great. Pretty good. That is funny. See, essentially I have about 3 different values here. We have, or 4 really. You have the light, you have this value right here, this value here, and then this value, the darker value, right? At first it was like 2 values. So you slowly break them down, right? We'll have 1 billion, that would be great. BSG is forming its cult of Oka too. Yeah, we'll just call it cock. They're on a mission from God. Actually, I think Heavenly Knights was the name of the guild before all the RR drama. I'm getting so much secondhand WoW drama. You are. You are. Look, and I'll say this. A lot of knitting on the ass, bro. Yes, thank you, QFX. One of the funny things is the drama, because it is so bad. You're like, how could this be real? Boy, I did not do a good job with this. 1 second. How can this be real, right? And yet it is. It is absolutely 100% real. And a lot of it is very funny. And this is one of them. Like, TFS, they were the fallen seraphim. Like seraphim, the fallen angels. I guess you could say that they're in hell, right? Seraphim, fallen seraphim would be somebody, an angel, a demon. But now they're the heavenly knights, so they've ascended. So, and it's the same team, they just changed the name. Fresh start. So, and this stuff happens. And look, I'm fine, like, I'm not saying it's bad to change your name. I'm just saying it's funny. All this stuff is. Drawing more sexy dudes. I think we have lost the balance. The Greeks, Romans, Egyptians were more balanced. I'll do a male study at some point. I think they are in hell just because they play so much WoW. Ugh. honestly loving the directions of the drawing, but my hope is that when you finish her hair, that it's what take the drawing to. Oh, wait. When you finish her hair, that it's what takes the drawing to the next level. The hair. The hair is going to be really cool. I think this is going to look really cool here, this area, because I like this, how it's just like blending in together. I can make a really cool effect with that. And notice how I erased it and it just goes down on the paper. So that's why you leave, again, broken record, you keep it light enough so you can shift it. You got to give yourself that slack at first. We know Oak is on board. Okay. It actually comes in this. Once you start putting in contrast is when the drawing starts coming to life. You are correct. Emo, in my opinion. You are correct. You are correct. You are correct. It's freaking awesome. Baby. What are you doing? Hey, baby. Dad. Hey, baby. You want this? Eat. Yes. Shoot it down to the bottom of the trash. That can't be bad. All right. Oak, I'll see you, buddy. Yeah. Oh, he doesn't deserve the shit he gets. But it makes the people who do it to him look bad, in my opinion. That's how it is. That's what I think. That is what I believe. This drops just a little bit. This isn't working in here. I gotta get that before I start working this. This drops. Down just a little bit. this. He doesn't deserve the shit he gets. Put that in. I think that the more I look at it, I think that piece is actually anatomical. And I could be wrong about that, in which case that's a testament to why AI is inferior right now to real life. So I just want to stress how much that I'm working the edges here. And this drawing is going quick. I know it might not seem that way because, you know, like you can definitely do it quicker, but the stuff does require a lot of time and study, especially if you're starting, if you're a beginner with this. And, you know, it's just how it is. But, you know, I've done this for a very long time. I have a lot of experience with it. This is what it takes. We used to spend 5 weeks doing this type of stuff and studying the form, trying to get the anatomy correct, right? Trying to learn the technique, trying to always better the work. This is very hard and very time consuming. It's just how it is. But it produces very good work if you can pull it off. They really establish that backside, okay. It's very subtle drawing up in here. One. So one of the reasons why I love drawing is because it's just like mentally afterwards you're so tired and it is such a great brain workout, and that's the type of thing that I like. I like getting a return on it, like some mental return, you know? Also, if you notice, I'm standing up, walking back and forth, and so I'm standing all day when I'm working, so you don't have as many back problems. It helps your posture and all that. So there's a lot of benefits from it. Nibbler, you're on the right track. When you want to rip your eyeballs out, you know you're going to make it. Those gentle walnut crackling cheeks remind me of cats. Did we lose some music? Okay, we did, I think. Let's get something else on. We did. All right. We want to listen to Donner Nibbler. Here we go, Nibbler. Here we go. This will encourage you to spin longer on those drawings. The reference photo, the muscles on her shoulder blades look like they're going the wrong direction. In the reference photo, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it might, I mean, look, it's AI, so it might be slightly off. I can't tell. Exactly, if you look at it too close. I'm gonna try to like do my best to correct certain things, but this is not ideal. It's just not. This goes back a little bit. Baby! My boy! Look at you, that little bald head of yours. Baby. Here, I'll give you some oranges, okay? You doing okay? Yeah, you are. You're doing fine. Is the music too loud? Music should be okay. All right? Here, baby. Hold your hands out. Got him? Got it? Okay. Good, don't drop it. You got it? Good. Custard, I hear you, man. I'm a total Luddite. I don't blame you. Again, I do this ideally. I have real life references that I'm not going to use on stream or on video because I don't want those young ladies or whoever to be uncomfortable later on. I might have to take them down later depending on how they feel, and I would do it. So this is a safe way of doing it. I think AI will advance where it'll be fine to do, but I'm with you on it. I know what you mean. It cheapens it some, right? But I mean, if you think about it too, reference photos over real life cheapens that to a point as well. The best thing you can do is a real life figure drawing. That's the best. Good. Eat. Good man. That's it. Good. AI asked me to remove it. Oh, it'd be really funny if that happened. And suck at the same time. I'm like, okay. Starts threatening. AI, this stuff's going to be interesting, man. Pretty sure AI will be fed up with humans over other things before it starts complaining about its nudity being exploited. What if that was the one thing that pushed it overboard? Or people are working hard on making Terminator actually a thing? Yeah, it's going to be interesting. With charcoal, do you use a stunk or a tortellone? I don't know what you're talking about. You got to start streaming at midnight like normal people. I don't know how you stay up like that. You're insane. He's always up. He's always up. Okay. Drops. Oh, a stump or paper stump to blend. I don't use that, but there's nothing wrong with doing it. I mean, we somewhat deserve it. We managed to mess up the billion-year-old planet in 100 years. Kind of impressive how destructive we are. I disagree with that. What are you using right now? Is that a stomper? This is just charcoal, but I broke it. So I wrapped it, which really sucked. Tortilla in the roll of paper, stumpy things that ruins everything every time, that thing. The thing you get, yeah, it's that rolled one, which I think I have actually. Yeah, I do have them, but I don't use them for this. So to blend this, I'll go in, I have a technique that I use with the charcoal to blend it, but also I don't mind going over it once or maybe twice with a brush just to push the charcoal in, right? It takes away the grain without really harming the paper. You just got to work the charcoal in and make it so that the paper is fine. Like you got to work the paper down enough where it's not, where like you can make fine lines, but it doesn't wear the paper out. There's a nice little balance between them. Or you're supposed to mess the planet up to turn it into the ideal space for species that can deal with the mess, like those plastic-eating fungi. Ooh. The planet's more resilient than I think we give it credit for. All right. There. Cool. See, my mind keeps telling me that it's, yeah, it's a weird stomper. Yeah, it looks like one right now. But it's like, you can see, this is the old school one. This is like the B right here. And yeah, it's just, I duct taped, or not duct tape, but the masking tape. And eventually what I'll do, because this like, I'll just get another piece and I'll take the tape off and you just use this as a darkening stump, you know, just to get the background, because you don't need like a sharp point to get the background. So the Earth evolved, that's because it was sick of starting over. Yeah. I mean, it's like a volcano is like extremely powerful. You know, if you think about how the Earth evolved and stuff, it's actually quite amazing. It's extremely resilient. Yeah, it has its own filtration system too. It's quite nice. The atmosphere does as well. You know, like when things heat up, then, you know, you have moisture and stuff that rises, you know, there's evaporation, it rises up in the air. You know, it starts raining and then it rebuilds the ozone layer, which in turn cools the Earth down. It's this cyclical mechanism. It's pretty cool if you study it. You know, the Earth is an amazing place. It really is. It has its own cooling system. You wouldn't think it does this year, though, in North Carolina, due to it's hot right now. Alas, such is the summer. Such is the summer. See, the thing is, I have to step back to look at this, and maybe I could, you know, put it up there, but I like looking here and then viewing it from, like, I like viewing this from back here, like my drawing from back here and look at it. But if I had the model up, normally I would view the model and I would go up here, and then I would also kind of look at the model when I'm close up and make some of the marks, which kind of saves a little bit of time. Whew. Then again, if everyone was artists, all the hogs in the world would be bald. That's causing a pig baldness epidemic. We should corner the market in pig toupees? Toupees. Toupees? Toupee? My baby. Let's do this. Oh, here. Forgot to give you this. Here, boy. Oh, yeah. Ready? Hands. Got it? Okay, don't spill it. Don't drop it. I don't want to break this. other one I broke twice. Because I get very animated when I talk. I want like that on my leg, and it just like the force would just like crack, snap this, and it happened twice. So it'd be a lesson. Don't do what I do. This rosemary paintbrush is better. Make my painting improve 100%. It's like it's tough. It's a tool, bruh. It ain't gonna improve your skill at all, bruh. Two effects lost all hope a long time ago. But we need tools for execution, so guess I'll have to keep practicing. A little bit of combination of both. All right. Different measures, different measures. All right. You gotta have decent tools, but you can't fart this stuff out, can you? No, you can't. I think Shikari's self-portrait's looking pretty good. I didn't lose hope. I just believe in that tools don't make you a better artist. Back. Gonna be interesting. The luscious mane. Let's twerk the luscious mane. We can't have AI turning against us, and the best way to do that is to show the beauty that is AI. Let it be known I was one of the first to pioneer such feats, endeavors. Let it be known, let it be written. AI is like, you suck. I could have generated a better rendition of this AI than you could have. That's what turns them against us. I just wasn't good enough at trying. Famous last words. Yeah. Digital art? You like digital? I'm coming late, but overheard something about AI. Your reference is AI generated, right? Yes, this one is. Sorry if I'm wrong, because the reference looks kind of uncanny a bit. Not against, but do you recommend using AI or reference? I recommend always using a real life reference, always over AI right now, especially. I think within a year, probably AI is going to be good enough, but anatomically, it's still a little bit off. But it's close enough to use right now. And the reason why I'm using it is because I've had models before be okay with me using their images on stream or in a video, and then they've asked me to take it down later. That's not going to happen with AI, presumably. Always recommend real life. Closer to real life you can get, the better. Because I'm doing this publicly, that's why. I could use Croquis Cafe, but I think I have to pay an arm and a leg to do that, and they piss me off, so I'm not using them. And I could be disingenuous and use some of the pictures that I have of them, because I do have some. I'm not going to do that. Plus, they'd probably take my video down. Or try to. It's all in the connection from the brain to the hand. I have some thick rosemary ones and keep defaulting to cheap splayed synthetics. Except digital, that shit helps so much. I love doing digital work. Shakuri be hiding that she's selling paintings online for millions. I think she has so much potential. She's actually very good. No, it's because models are requesting takedowns and AI isn't. Yeah. AI dumps out a level of details in seconds what an artist would need months for. Kind of sad. Going to an atelier for prompt engineering. Cool. Prompt engineering, yeah. There's like an art in itself. How good are you at prompt? One day they will need humans that had the skill to draw realistically, like in that movie with Adam Sandler where they had to find Atari arcade champions to defeat the aliens from space. Yeah, that's on I think Netflix, right? I think. It's a funny movie. I have been moving this piece over more than I'd like to say. Maybe it doesn't. No, it does go over just a little bit more. No, boy. No, baby. You need something to eat. Baby. Realistically, traditional art, realistically, though, traditional art, I think, may even see an increase in demand as AI improves. Digital art will probably take a hit. Paint on canvas, though, that's not going to get away. Yeah, I don't think it is either. I really don't think so. Because it's not something, I mean, it depends on what an actual robot itself, right? When they start becoming like humans, which is like, remember Aliens, how realistic humans, the robots were, what they can do, but I don't know. It's very interesting, all this stuff. It really is. Fine art is probably one of the fields that will not be hurt as much by AI. Nobody wants to pay for artisanal code. Yeah, there's something about having it like tangibly there in front of you. Isn't there a paper that doesn't have those in between white spots because that's some expensive ass paper and it still has them? These, I'll get rid of them. Just wait. Bristol board. But the thing is, this is porous and it can hold the charcoal. And that's why you can get those deep dark values with it. Which is quite nice. And you can get that with like, I think charcoal pencil and certain types of paper because it's a little bit waxy. But this gives you a little bit more flexibility at first, I think. AI not concerned me much because I am still happy with my printmaking stuff. I can never replace the process or feeling when you lift your print off the press. My AI chatbot assures me it doesn't want to have feelings. So what's interesting about all this stuff is that there's a lot of jobs out there that can be filled, like manufacturing jobs and all sorts of things that would increase production significantly, right? And also doing extremely dangerous jobs that humans won't do or aren't capable of doing right now. So that's going to open up a possibility, like, you know, there's the possibility that there's going to be an abundance of resources going forward with it, but who knows, man. To me, it's exciting because things are just improving exponentially quicker, and you can argue that's good or bad. I don't think any of us want a Terminator scenario. Sorry, I'm trying to get this set for my dad. It's applesauce. But we put some psyllium in it to help his stomach. And it congeals. So I have to, I'm gonna, next time just add it separate. Not added in before because this is like ridiculously thick. It's like a gelatinous mess. Baby! Hey, Dad. No, don't do that. Here. Hey, you want this?
Yeah.
Here. There you go, good man. Got it?
Yeah.
There's your spoon. Here. We'll see, though, guys. I think it's going to happen within our lifetime, which is going to be interesting. Makes you wish you could live longer to see the progression. It's going to feel like the Stone Age when we were young. There you go. Good. Baby! My boy. All right, back to the drawing. Get that quick break. Ears off. when I'm working at those edges, you don't want to bring it down to the paper. Striker, what's up, man? Thanks. Thank you. So like, and I'll give you an example, okay? A lot of people, when they're erasing like lines, like say up in here, say the head's going out too far, like this, going out too far, and they're like, okay, I need to bring it in, and then they'll just do this stuff. And then you had that line there. Bring it to the value, not the paper. Because you can see this better, you see? That's correct, now you can see it. So if you're gonna bring that line in, instead of erasing down to the paper, erase it very softly. And what I did, here's the eraser right here. And I flattened it, right? You just flatten it like a pancake. There's this knife edge to it. And then you can use this to lightly sculpt and bring it to the paper without like, or bring the value up enough where it's the same value of the background. And it might be subtle, right? But that's how you can like sculpt it. And that's very important in correcting this area, because if you put a light line beside it, it makes it harder to see the shapes. And so you're gonna get it quicker if you know how to erase properly. People have no money to buy that abundant product. We're screwed. I would think that goods and services, the price would go down because it would cost less to make that. That's what I would think. We should just agree agree now to be kind to the people who become thieves because they're hungry because AI took over. AI can't replace labor, only the fun stuff. It's almost like we are living inside but with like the advancements in robotics and all that stuff, and then AI, once they get that, like with the stuff they're coming up with how to solve problems now with AI, which they've been doing, but they're starting to solve AI problems with AI, and it's just building upon itself. And so you can, when you start figuring out these problems in life, then you start coming up with solutions for it. You know, like you start having the solutions to implement things. So I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. If it gets physical form, which is already being worked on, yeah. Like robots picking strawberries, though. The tech the tech's insane. Like they're able to. They're making them right now. It's not advanced enough where it's like aliens type AI, or robots, but it's crazy. I never thought that I would see this. So when AI robots do every job, who is doing it for? What are we doing with all the free time if we have no money? It's like, well, assuming, I don't know. I don't know how I answer these questions. I don't know. I do not know. How are you doing? You eating that okay?
Yeah.
Here, do you need help? Let me see.
Yeah.
Here, I'll help you. Maybe help him. This doesn't take long. I mean, I would think different job opportunities would come up, and it's just you don't need to do the stuff where it's just like the I mean, they're already replacing, for example, like making pencils and stuff. Like it's not humans doing that. It's robots for the most part. They have that, and it saves a lot of money and lowers the production of it, right? Stock down. So it's not like there's not going to be any opportunity to make money or whatever. Hey.
What?
Do you want me to feed you this? Okay, relax. Here.
Yes.
I got it. Let go. Let go. I'll help you. I'll help you. Put your hands down. Ready? Open. Good boy. I mean, I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll see. But I like science fiction type of stuff. It's fun seeing the advancements in technology that we're seeing right now. Winning something else. This is really cool, but I didn't sign up for this. Or this isn't cool. Run. But Dad and I, we used to watch like Mikio Kaku, I think that guy, what's his name? The Japanese guy. He on the Sci-Fi Channel, Science Channel, rather. We used to watch Sci-Fi, but Science Channel also, and on space, and then on science, and new technologies, and just theories and stuff. And it was fun to watch. It gets your imagination going. And there's some incredibly smart people out there, and I don't know. I find this stuff fascinating. I do. I really do. But in everything, there's a degree of responsibility you have to have, right? You can't be an idiot about it. And it is scary. Like change is scary. Self-defense mechanism, right? Makes sense. You got to be careful. Got to be careful. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Star Trek, but like the technology, for example, we're talking about technology and how it helps improve lifestyle. Like it can go both ways. But when new things are introduced, there's going to be resistance, which is good. It's good to be prudent. I mean, you don't want to just blindly do everything. But AI could replace labor, I think. Like it can get to that point. I'll be issued bright orange and pink jumpsuits. Yeah. So I'm sitting in a lawn chair with a beach umbrella and my pink jumpsuit, drinking a strawberry daiquiri while supervising a couple hundred robots picking strawberries. Yeah, that could happen. Stuff like that could happen. Don't you think? I mean, this stuff is... Everybody has a TV today, but if you go to the Middle Ages and said, like, everybody has a TV, a handheld computer, even a handheld computer in your phone, back in the 60s, people wouldn't believe. They wouldn't even know what it is. Like, think of the stuff that we have now that we don't even think about. It's normal. Crazy stuff. You're a pod, you have neurons used as a node and a supercomputer that predicts change. Worst case scenario would be the Matrix. As long as we can draw in the Matrix, I'm fine. We can't be dumbasses. Okay. Could we be replaced? Yes. Yes. It could get bad. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it depends on. Yeah, I know, but for sure, I know what you're saying. I'm not inherently a trusting person. You always have to be careful with stuff. There's always people trying to find an advantage over somebody else. Yeah. Gotta be careful. All right. Boy, do you want some water, boy? You want some water? Drink that. Drink. You got it? Don't spill it. That's water. Drink. Drink. It's good. Yeah, drink. Don't spill it on yourself. Drink. There you go, boy. Look at him go. Yeah. Where's your earpiece? Did you drop his earpiece?
Yeah.
Who didn't eat it, did he? Can't eat that. Oh, there it is. Oh, shit. I think he did eat it. Dad, let me see your mouth. Open up. Can I see your mouth?
No.
Ah! Ow! No. Oh, ow. Ow. No, you just got water all over me. Here, give me this. Here, come here. Open. Come here. Let me see. Let me see.
I know.
Here, open your mouth. Open. Can I see? Open. Relax. Open. Open up. Hey, open up. Open. Open your mouth. Open.
Nothing.
Open. Open your mouth.
No, that's it.
Open. Let me see. Open. It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. Come here. Open. Can I see something really quick? You got something in your mouth. Come here. Can I see?
Yeah.
Okay. Open your mouth. Open.
Haven't heard it. Okay.
Here, let me see. Let me see.
I know.
Oh, wait. There it is. Stop. Come here. Come here. Let go.
No.
Open. Look at that. Come here. Hey. Come here. Stop.
No.
Stop. Come here. There it is. Hold. Let me see that. No, I'm not gonna hurt you. Relax. Let me just get this out of your mouth. Stop. Come here. Hey.
Go.
Hey.
I
Spit that out. Here. Spit it out.
I don't know.
Hey, Dad. Spit it right here. Spit. You spit? Let me see. There you go. Good man. Thank you. Good job. All right. Itch. Well, we lost one of those earbuds. It's okay. Ugh. Want some water?
Yeah.
Here. Sorry about that. He had the he had the rubber in his mouth. I didn't want him eating that. He bit the earpiece off. So so I had to get that out. Probably I won't give him the earbuds again. Because you never know what he's going to eat.
Hey.
Oh. It was the this piece right here for listening to the music. So yeah. Yeah. He's okay. I feel bad that he was panicked. I was trying to put my finger in, but he can bite my finger off. You know, he has very sharp teeth, so I had to be careful. You know, it is what it is. He doesn't know what he's doing with that stuff, you know, so you gotta, you know. So do the best you can. It's all right. You okay? You okay? Can you drink this? It's good for you.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. You want to drink it?
Yeah.
Here, drink. Drink. Drink, good man. Almost as good as using an HB. Remember as a kid walking through Kmart, I popped a delicious looking red little ball thinking it was candy. It popped and it was full of perfume. Really? Is that like one of the containers they would hold perfume in?
What?
Ninth. Shakuri, what's up? We're just talking about how your self-portrait's looking pretty cool. That's going to be good. Or the specialty display or something, you just popped it. It's pretty funny, actually. Remember those in the body shop? Kids always want to eat everything. My younger brother once drank antifreeze thinking, ooh, dude, he was okay, good. Since that's pretty serious. Dude, that sucks. Like paint thinner. It's the odorless. You're like, damn you, odorless. I once drank from 2 liter bottle thinking it was Coke, but it was old. It took a while to get to you. You're like, why is it running so slow? If you ever do that, swirl your mouth with olive oil, not water. Okay. Just a heads up that the odorless paint thinner and all that stuff, you still want to have it capped because it's still just as bad for you. It's still evaporating. You're still breathing that stuff. Just be careful with it. It's just because it doesn't. The smell is actually a good thing because then you know when you're breathing it. Hey, baby. Said, hey, baby. As I want to point out again, I'm taking this slow. I'm doing a lot of corrections, which is why it's important to try to prevent yourself from really modeling too quickly at first. It's fun to model, it is, but sometimes when you model, you're gonna see your mistakes and you won't be able to correct it. So that's why we got to take our time with this stuff. There's a lot of, when you add new information in, it shows the big shapes might need to shift because the old information might not fit properly. You know, and also putting in the new information, like I said, like it'd be fun to really go through with the hard lines and stuff and just put it in, but you got to put it in correctly. Gotta do it. And really being picky like this and getting the, like, everything just like as perfect as you can is going to pay off in the end because it'll look more natural. It won't look fake. My parents once ate bird poop by accident, they say. It fell on their plate in a restaurant outside and they thought it was a sauce. That's disgusting. While paint, never eat while painting, guys. Yeah. Eat some before I load up on lead paint smoothies. Yeah, that's how you build up your resistance to it. I stopped eating while painting. What if you don't make mistakes and just dump out every line perfectly first try? I probably have about 15 more minutes, then I gotta get going. We got class tonight. You know what I haven't done? I haven't used my mirror. There it is. I should have been using my mirror. I should have been using it. Whoops. Thanks, boy. My good man. It's natural, it's fine. I think Jeff is joking. Poor guy. Tegan, what's up, man? How's your work coming? Yeah, I spoke to Jeff some. He's okay. He's just going through a rough time. All right. Working in McDonald's? Dude, I don't doubt it, but that's good work. They cut my hours to 16 hours a week in McDonald's, but at least the resort is 40 a week. Am I supposed to show off my new paintbrushes to Jeff if he's not around for me to show him off? Show him off to Tagian. I haven't been paying for 2 months now. It sucks, doesn't it? You'll get it back. You'll get it back. Stick with it. Tagian's trying to gain enough money to work to afford schooling as a painter. He's doing that by becoming a male gigolo. All right, so you have to hand it to him. He's going all out with this. He's working hard. He actually came to the mother country, America, to work. It's good. Good man. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. That is rough. Getting pulled away like that. Ooh, it's about time I have to go in a second. Dun, 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 dun. Gigolo sounds better than McDonald's. Lord Taggy, and go to the Discord and look at the art supplies folder. I got some cool brushes from Rosemary & Co. Just 8K at the end. Are you talking about total? You're gonna get more than that. There should be better scholarships. Is it hard to work at McDonald's? I would imagine it is hard. Obviously, they're jobs that are meant to be stepping stone jobs, not something where people always work there, but I mean, it's a respectable thing to work, right? Like McDonald's is not a place you want to be working at forever. It's like flipping burgers and stuff, unless you're gonna like go into ownership or whatever with it, I'd imagine, but it's a respectable job, and anybody who works jobs like that should have a lot of respect for. He believes. See up these basic things. Out. So this is actually good because I've gotten enough done where I can, when I come back, the next time I come back and work on this, I'll work on the drawing and then I'll actually put my darkest dark down and start keying this thing up, and that's going to be fun. Because, like, you know, it's going to take a while for me to shade everything in, but I don't want to take this thing to take like forever. So it's good that I start getting to the values quickly, sooner than later. Dude, that's bullshit. They messed up the security code. I respect people who do any difficult jobs. That's bullshit. That actually makes me angry. I was watching a video about this one painting. Her parents said, don't get a job, just stay at home and paint full time until you can support yourself. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's situational. If the person's like taking steps forward, it's, you know, did she become independent? Did it work? I worked since I was 16 through high school. Not sure how the heck I did that. Worked full time, did sports full time at school. Nuts. Rough, fighting, fitting. Good. Thinking of staying for an extra month here in the USA legally by extending my US visa for the work. You should, if you think you can get a second job. So there's a great benefit of being able to function on very little sleep bonus. You should visit. Yeah, definitely. Come here. Needs work. QFX, go to sleep, man. Can't legally work on the period, but working a job that you receive money straight to your pocket, you're good to go. That's how my friends did it. Gotcha. Say typically sleep 4 hours and then after work rest with eyes open for 2 hours. Dude, I don't know how you do that. I would be dead. None of that paycheck bank bullshit. I just sit down, chill out, teach me your ways, and sleep. It's not good to talk on YouTube. Yeah, probably not. I have to write out a book on how to do it. Took me a lifetime to perfect. I might have to talk to Lewis. Yeah, sure, man. Whenever you want. Whenever you want. I'll be around. I'm job. Cashie's hustle is the dream. Phase them out if your passion gets money over time. Curry, you'll be teaching me how to oil paint word on the streets that you sell your art at Sotheby's. It's all my art behind the dumpster, not Wendy's, because we don't have Netherlandies. All right, guys. I would love to keep on working, but I do have to go. I have to get him back, and I have a lot of stuff I have to get done. But we'll continue with this, and the plan is the next time I come in, I'm going to, the first thing I always do, I look to see if anything needs to change, so I'll correct the drawing, but my goal is to get to the actual like modeling and darkening it and getting the values while correcting the drawing at the same time. But the drawing needs to be in the ballpark enough to correct, right? So like if anything needs to enlarge in or shift or anything, I need to do that now before I lock it in with those solid values. So that's the plan. That's why you fail. You don't have Wendy. Anyway, guys, y'all are awesome, and yeah, we'll stream this. This is gonna be a good one. It'll be good. Make sure that the values are all solid. It's gonna look like a nice freaking painting, except it's charcoal. All right, I'll see you guys.